Good evening, everyone. So my name is Cherning and I'm from Group 2. My other teammates are Claudia, Yanting, Karishma, and Xiangfeng. So Claudia won't be joining us today due to personal reasons. So we are choosing the bonding session problem statement. So here are the contents for our presentation. So the first is the problem statement. The second is our proposed solution. And then the third one is the roundup. So for our problem statement, we have chosen, like I said earlier, is the bonding session. So the problem statement goes, with the limitation of physical meetups, what are the other alternatives for the members, EXCO subcoms and members in the DAC community to interact and bond with each other? So based on the past experiences of having like bonding session during our DAC session, right, on Zoom. So we combined those ideas that we really thought it was fun, and then we added in another main event, which is the virtual escape room. So now I'll pass my time on to Yanting to explain about this bonding session day that will be held via Zoom.
Okay, can you hear me clearly? Okay, so the following will shows the rough schedule of how the bonding day, or actually night, will look like. Starting with our usual registration, which will be on Zoom. We will then break out into smaller groups to do our introduction and proceed on with the games. There are three games called the Three Truths, One Lie, Scribble, and Virtual Escape Room, and finally, prize presentation ceremony. Okay, so what's the difference between three truths, one lie, and two truths, one lie, which we are more familiar with? Actually, the only difference is to get to know one extra fact about your new friend. So each person will type 4 statements about him or herself. 3 of these statements must be the truth, while one must be the lie. The other members will then try to guess which statement is the lie. However, do not include facts that you have already stated in your introduction to make it more fun. Okay, so now I'll pass the time over to Karishma, who will be explaining the next game to you.
Scribble is another strategy that our group came up with in order to improve the engagement of the students before they indulge in the main event, which is going to be the virtual escape room. Scribble is actually a drawing website. It is a free multiplayer drawing and guessing game. One game consists of someone who has to draw their chosen word, and the others who have to guess to gain points. The person with the most points for each team at the end of the game will receive a $5 Grab voucher. There is a need to prepare each game according to the number of players in each breakout room, and each player will be given 60 seconds to draw the word they are given. Most of the words the player would be um, guessing would be customized words like Python, binary code, Morse code, tablets, SQL, and so on. There's about 3 to 4 rounds depending on the time required to finish the rounds and the number of players. The link of the game would be produced and to the breakout rooms accordingly to the number of players in each room. Um, Next slide. The virtual escape room is designed to get the DAC members to come together and solve a mystery through their knowledge of basic Python. Each team will go through this quest to find the true hacker through a set of clues. These clues will be found by debugging the errors in each set of codes that will be given to them. The scenario is as such. The PDPA boy is a serial hacker who is out to hack every computer in DAC to expose the DAC members' personal information. He is known for being cold-hearted and notorious for these kind of illegal activities from time to time. As mentioned earlier by the members of DAC, would be tasked to find the identity to debugging the set of codes that have been assigned to them. Next. There is a set of rules that will be assigned to the members before they perform the task and what they have been assigned to do. Each team would be provided a maximum of 1 hour to solve the set of codes. All the personal information of these team members would be released online for everyone to watch, which is part of the hacker's main brand scheme. Each team would be provided 3 helplines. Two of those is a blind guide who can answer only yes or no. And the third helpline would be a smart guide who would be more useful in the quest. in the end, once completing all the levels of debugging, the team would have one chance to guess the identity of this hacker. To be able to crack this mystery, the team has now to input the hacker's name correctly. Now, pass my time to Tim Feng, who would be demonstrating on how this activity will be conducted with an example.
Okay, guys, can you all hear me? Can you all hear me?
And we can hear you.
Okay, okay, thanks. Okay, so this is a very rough example of our virtual escape room. So I can start this, we can just do this together. Okay, so the first one will be what's your group name? So I'll put DAC. So they run afterwards. So yeah, I'll give you a while. Okay, let's try DAC. So afterwards, right, you'll show you what's the information for today's mission. So it's like the PDPA boy about the it's a serial hacker. So our task is to find who's the identity of PDPA boy. So in total, we have 5 hints to about the PDPA boy. So like it's a set of codes. So all the codes are, some of the codes have mistakes. So actually the teams have to find out what is the mistake in the code and to correct the codes so as to run the code properly. So let's do this together. So for the first one, this is the error. Can anyone tell me what's the mistake? Hello, can you hear me? Can, right? Okay, my due to time constraint, I'll just do the first one. So this is not a double equal, and this is not a string. It's integer. So if run this again, it actually works. So the word have 10 letters. So the next one is also another error. Can anyone tell me what's the mistake? The hint is that all of them are a character. So what should I change? Okay, then my due time constraint. Okay, I'll just show the answer key for everyone. Okay, so if we corrected all the mistakes, okay, it will show you that spectacles, first one spectacles. Level 2, it will show you University of London. So that's 2 hints already. The third level is ORD row. So that's the third one. Then we consolidate all the hints that we have so far: spectacles, UL, and ORD. Okay, level 4, there's also another one which is 2 piercings. So we can roughly have idea who the person is already. And where is the piercings at? So it shows that actually is at the loops, the ear loops. So 2 ear piercings. So the last one, we have to solve the binary code, which the answer is hair. And afterwards, next one, the 4th and the 5th letter in the above are the clue. So it's actually short and black. So we ask you to combine the hints together. So it's short black hair. So at the end, right, with all the hints, you will roughly have to guess who's the hacker is. So can you all guess who's the hacker is? That's right, the hacker is me. Okay, so yeah, so that's the end of our demo. So the next slide will be the roundup. So like we can have more improvement on this. This is just a very simple prototype. We can have like more detailed codes on specifically like which area we want to target. Is it a basic functions or is it more complex function? And secondly, I think you all might have realized that is that the code was actually quite very visible. Like you can see what's the, like if there's some codes that ask you to input, but actually the code will show like what you need to input inside. So it's actually like a giveaway question. So maybe we can do it like we can put it on a website whereby the code is not visible, so that it'll be more fun lah. It's not like a free question like that. So yeah, that's the end of our presentation.